Ferrari just dropped a brand new car, and you can't drive it, you can't sit in it, you can't even touch it, because the Ferrari F76 only exists digitally as an NFT. Yeah, you heard that right. A Ferrari you can't park, rev, or crash, and apparently it's gonna cost millions. But here's the thing, this isn't just another random render. It's Ferrari's first ever digital only car, supposedly showing us what the future of Ferrari design might look like. So let's break down what this thing actually is and why it might signal the weirdest direction Ferrari has ever taken. So first off, the name F76 isn't random. It celebrates 76 years since Ferrari's first Le Mans win back in 1949 with the 166mm Barchetta. Fast forward to today, Ferrari just grabbed their third straight Le Mans win with the 499P, and to celebrate that, they decided to make a car you can't actually race or even like. The F76 lives purely as a digital asset, part of Ferrari's so-called Hyperclub program. It's a high-end NFT experience for Ferrari's elite clients, basically. People who already have too many real ones and have money for dumb purchases. Every F76 is customizable with unique design drops and variations over 3 years. Sounds fancy, but it's basically an NFT with a prancing horse badge. And while the 499P is tearing up Le Mans, the F76 is busy sitting on a blockchain. Now, Ferrari says the F76 is their design manifesto, meant to show what Ferraris of the future could look like, which I guess requires us to become tiny as well, because I don't see how a human can fit in there. Honestly speaking though, it looks hard as hell. It's just the concept behind it that's weird. It's designed by the same people behind the LaFerrari and Daytona SP3. It's all about generative design, where computers and AI literally help create the car's shape. The result, a double fuselage body with separate driver and passenger pods connected by a central aerodynamic channel. Think of it like a spaceship that's also a wind tunnel. The air flows through the car instead of around it, boosting downforce using ground effects, something Ferrari calls biomimetic, inspired by nature. There's even a second wing above the twin tails and a diffuser system that looks straight out of an F1 fantasy. The headlights are retractable pop-ups, paying homage to Ferraris from the 70s and 80s. Nice touch, but again, they only exist on your screen. Oh, and the interior is wild. 2 separate cockpits synced with drive-by-wire tech, so both people can feel the same driving sensations, which I don't even know, bro. What the f even is this? Like, it's cool in a way, but in the other hand, it can't even be driven at all anyway. But just when you think it couldn't get stranger, Ferrari's giving you the idea of speed, the concept of racing, but none of the actual adrenaline. Red Bull actually beat Ferrari to this idea 15 years ago. Back in 2010, they made the X2010, a fictional hypercar built for Gran Turismo. That car was completely insane, powered by a forced induction engine producing 1,483 horsepower. It aimed to achieve a top speed of over 470 kilometers per hour, and you could actually drive it in-game. They really did some fan service there. Hell, they even made a real-life replica of it. Ferrari's F76? It's a fancy NFT slideshow. You can't drive it, race it, or even hear what kind of engine it would have, because there isn't one. And if history repeats itself, it'll maybe even cost more than most of Ferrari's real cars. You'd think Ferrari, a company built on noise, emotion, and mechanical perfection, would have done something that at least connects to that soul. Instead, it feels like they're chasing a tech trend that already died years ago. Don't get me wrong, the F76 is visually stunning, like it's futuristic, aerodynamic, and has Ferrari DNA. But when your car only exists as code, you lose the heartbeat that makes a Ferrari a Ferrari. The F76 is supposed to represent innovation, but it also kind of represents disconnection. Disconnection from sound, from motion, from risk, and honestly from reality. Ferrari says the F76 is a portal to their future design language. Maybe that's true. Maybe some of its forms or tech will influence upcoming models like the new Mercedes Vision Iconic. But it's hard to feel passion for a screenshotable car. So yeah, the Ferrari F76 might be a beautiful experiment, but it also feels like Ferrari's identity just got TikTokified in a way. If Enzo saw this, he'd probably ask, where's the engine? Ferrari built this brand on V12s, V8s, and blood-pumping emotion, not Wi-Fi and wallets. It's bold, it's different, but if this is the future, I think I'll stick to the past. And you should stick to one of these videos since we're talking Ferrari. Peace.